This is Matador News, and these are today's headlines.
What a Super Tuesday!
With huge victories for both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump on Super Tuesday, election season is in higher gear.
I feel awfully good.
The Supreme Court is hearing arguments on Texas abortion laws during its first major controversial case since Justice Antonin Scalia's death.
High screen pass. Oh, Russell is a machine.
And D'Angelo Russell has ice in his veins as he goes for career highs in a Laker win.
Welcome to Matador News. I am Michael Ramirez.
And I am Susana Guzman.
Hillary Clinton has a showing on Super Tuesday, winning more than 7 states. The unexpected wins for the Democrat front runner were Texas and Georgia. Bernie Sanders' senior advisor, Tad Devine, says Sanders will stay in the race.
It's going to be a lot of good days ahead in this nominating process for Bernie Sanders.
Clinton won 577 delegates. The next Democratic primaries and caucuses will be in Kentucky, Louisiana, Kansas, Maine, and Nebraska on Saturday.
Super Tuesday leaves Republican frontrunner Donald Trump even further in the lead with more votes than Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio combined. Donald Trump won 7 states while Ted Cruz won 3, including his home state of Texas. Florida Senator Marco Rubio got his first win last night in Minnesota.
Do not give in to anger. Do not give in to sham artists and con artists who try to take advantage of your suffering and your hardship.
Some Republican Party leaders say they are starting to worry Trump's anti-immigrant rhetoric could cost them not just the White House, but also the Senate. Meanwhile, Surgeon Ben Carson says he's not dropping out, but he will not be taking part in the next debate.
Now, let's go to Matador News reporter Sharon Carrillo in the newsroom for more on Super Tuesday.
Thanks, Michael. As Susana said, the results of Super Tuesday have left some Republicans uneasy about Trump's win. It is being predicted he will be the next GOP nominee. CSUN political science professor Nicholas Dungey says the main purpose for the Republican and Democratic Party is to assign the best candidate.
That's the most important thing, that a party is strong and organized if it can identify candidates that it believes are the best candidates to represent it, that it can nominate those candidates and push those candidates to run for office, and then it can sponsor those candidates in general elections, right? That's what parties do. Now, the fact that the Republican Party has lost control of this means that the party is dying, that it has depleted a significant amount of its power and influence over one of the most important things it's supposed to do.
Both parties are preparing for the next debates coming later this week. Now let's go back to Michael in the studio.
The Supreme Court is hearing oral arguments today regarding an abortion law in the state of Texas. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton said he is confident the law will be upheld.
I was in the legislature when we passed it, so I guess I'm not surprised that it was challenged. You never know whether the Supreme Court is going to take a case, so it's always up for grabs as to whether they're going to hear it. But I'm not surprised that we've done well so far. I'm not surprised that we've won in the Fifth Circuit, and we're optimistic about winning in the Supreme Court.
Protesters from both sides gathered outside the Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C. Planned Parenthood President Cecile Richards says women's rights need to be protected.
These laws have no impact on improving the health of women, but in fact, they're hurting women by making it difficult for them to access health care.
Experts are saying this case is the most important abortion case in the 2 decades. Within the death of Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia last month, the court could end up in a 4-4 split, meaning the case may be pushed into another session and the Texas law will stay in effect.
Tsunami warnings for Indonesia have been lifted after a 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit. The earthquake occurred late at night southwest of Sumatra. According to the Indonesian Disaster Management Agency, tsunami warning signs had been issued after the quake struck. No one was hurt in the quake and no damages have been reported. In 2004, an earthquake and tsunami hit Indonesia, killing more than 200,000 people.
The U.S. Special Operations Forces detained the first suspected ISIS operative. The highly secretive U.S. team captured the suspect in northern Iraq. The suspect is being questioned by the U.S. and may be sent over into Iraqi officials in a few days. Officials asked not to identify the suspect or the location of where the interrogation will take place.
The United Nations Security Council has approved tougher sanctions on North Korea over its nuclear program. Every nation has agreed to inspect planes and ships going into North Korea. President Obama says North Korea must abandon these dangerous programs and choose a better path for its people. Capital city Pyongyang has been banned from exporting most of the natural resources, including coal.
Astronaut Commander Scott Kelly has arrived back from his year-long experiment in space. Kelly and 2 others were launched into space in order to conduct an experiment on the effect of zero gravity on the human body. Kelly says the Earth's atmosphere doesn't look healthy.
The thin veil of the atmosphere on the limb of the Earth, I wouldn't say it looks unhealthy, but it definitely looks very, very fragile. Leaving this amazing facility is going to be tough because I'll probably never see it again.
This experiment is the longest period of time an American has stayed in space.
For the latest in sports, let's go to Christopher Linares.
Thank you, Susana. The Los Angeles Lakers hosted the 17-43 Brooklyn Nets last night. Lakers rookie D'Angelo Russell had his best game of his young career, totaling 39 points and hitting 8 three-pointers. He drilled 2 three-pointers in the final 53 seconds to help seal the Lakers win. After hitting the second of his 2-3 clutches, he pointed to his arm and screamed that he had ice in his veins. The Lakers went on to beat the Nets 107-101. The Lakers will travel to Denver to take on the Nuggets tonight. Major League Baseball takes a stand on domestic violence by banning New York Yankees closer Aroldis Chapman. The 30-game ban takes place after the MLB found concerning information during its investigation and took action. The investigation found that Chapman had choked and shoved his girlfriend. Yankees general manager Brian Cashman called the suspension a hell of a statement. If Chapman did not cooperate with the MLB, his suspension could have been extended from 30 to a 50-game ban. Sportscaster and journalist Erin Andrews is on the stand again in the trial of a man accused of secretly videotaping her through a peephole in adjoining Tennessee hotel rooms. Andrews says she is now more precautious when staying in a hotel and does a complete check of the room.
I instantly cover the peephole. I look everywhere. I look for lights, I look for red lights, I look to see if there's cameras. I check the bed, I check the alarm clock, I check the phone.
Andrews also says she will not allow anyone in her room under any circumstances. The defendant is facing charges of interstate stalking and invasion of privacy. Now we go to Jackie Wawee with the latest on business.
Athletic retailer Sports Authority files for bankruptcy this morning. Within the next 3 months, they will be closing 140 stores and 2 distribution centers. In January, the company disclosed that it missed a $20 million debt payment. Filing for bankruptcy allows the company to break leases for the stores that have been losing money. With more and more online access for shoppers, the company struggled to keep up with their competitors. Facebook creates a new video tool for small businesses to advertise on social media. Your Business Story allows businesses to create a slideshow with a short description of what their company is all about. Over 50 million small businesses have profiles on the site, and 3 million of them have spent money on advertisements. If more brands buy ads on Facebook, the social media site will be more likely to achieve their goal by showing useful ads to its users. With the latest on your bus commute, here's Sanestina Hunter.
Thank you, Jackie Wawee. The CSUN public transportation system is looking to incorporate a bus system that would allow students and faculty members to get to campus faster. The bus line will leave from campus to a designated area connecting to other Metrolink stations, catering to about 25,000 students in a 10-mile radius. Sustainability's Facilities and Coordination Manager, Eriksson, says the campus needs the initiative.
Not only are we trying to improve bus services to the campus transit station, we've also given other options for transportation, alternative transportation, mainly Zipcar and Zimride. Those are both ride-sharing and short-term car rental services. Those are provided through associated students. You can sign up for Zimride through your campus Moodle. And Zipcar, you can go to the AS website and you can see the different locations if you're interested in that.
The average student commutes 2 to 3 hours to get on campus. A transportation summit will be happening tomorrow evening in the Grand Salon inside the Student Union.
Scientists have found a gene that may be responsible for causing gray hair. The discovery could lead to ways of delaying or preventing this natural sign of aging. The European international team collected DNA samples from a diverse melting pot. The gene IRF4 regulates a natural hair pigment called melanin. As humans age, melanocytes stop producing the pigments and the hair loses its natural color and goes gray. The gene sits on chromosome 6. While it's unlikely to be the only gene controlling graying, it provides a new target for researchers. Now back to Jackie with the latest on entertainment.
The Songwriters Hall of Fame inductees for 2016 have been announced. Songwriters Elvis Costello, Tom Petty, Marvin Gaye, Chip Taylor, and the Chic co-founders Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards will be honored on June 9th at the ceremony in New York City. Tickets to attend the ceremony are available to the public, but they won't come cheap. Prices will start at $1,250 per person. Netflix has granted a second season to Fuller House. The series received mixed reviews from critics and fans, but proved to be successful within social media. Fuller House revolves around DJ Tanner Fuller, who is now a widowed mother with 3 sons. The sequel series stars its original Full House cast members, with the exception of the Olsen twins. The series creator seems hopeful for their return in the second season. The date for the second season has not been released yet. That's all for entertainment. Now, back to you.
Thank you for watching Matter News. Follow us on Twitter at Matter Newscast. I am Michael Ramirez.
And I'm Susana Guzman.
I am Christopher Linares.
And I'm Jackie Wawee.